just the two of us, Father. I'm leaning on you. Oh, yeah.
On this journey, I will trust you, Lord. On this journey, I will trust you, Lord, 'cause you're all I got. You're all I'm leaning on, and you're all I know. Walk with me, Lord. You're all I got. You're all I'm leaning on, and you're all I know. Walk with me, Lord.
Walk with me, Father. Hey, talk with me, Father. Yeah, I need you like never before. I need you, Daddy. Yeah,
I need you, yeah, yeah. Can't make it without you. Oh, you are my strength, you are my help. I'm crying out to you, yeah. You're all I got.
yeah, I need you, God. You're all I got. You're all I got. When I take inventory, you never left me. Oh, I say you're all I got. I need you, Daddy.
You're all I've got.
Like a bride needs the groom, like the time needs the moon. I need you, yeah.
You're all I've got.
Oh, you're all I got.
God bless you. God bless you. Welcome to the Gospel Arena International Ministry, YouTube, Facebook Live, and Zoom. Whatever you are viewing us on tonight, we give you the praise. Give God the praise as well. We thank God for you tuning in on tonight. I would trust you, Lord. Oh my God, that song. You have a nerve every morning to get up and play that song. Why that song is bringing completeness? Even before the pandemic, you played that song. That song has been a part of your testimony in your prayer life. What's so significant about that song that make you have the understanding about trusting God?
Even in our
That's one of the greatest things. If there ever was a time that we as the people of faith need to trust God, that time is now. The people of faith has been put in a unusual position. Some of us been pushed out of our comfort zone, and we welcome you to our home on tonight. This is the new normal. You know, now we have to do broadcasts at home. We have to come to you live. You in our living room. It was good that you allow us to change the living room around into a live streaming section. I know how difficult that was to walk in here and see us in the front room of our home. And one of the greatest time, and I don't let everybody in my house, so you're special to be in our home on tonight. Listen at us, talk to you about real trust in God. Tonight is real talk. When we come together, we do real talk. We try to be transparent, let you know that we're suffering just like you're suffering. It's how far you're going to go in God, how you're going to stand in God. What are you looking for God to do in this hour? And Gospel Arena, when we was there on Sunday, we preached to a whole lot of chairs, number of chairs. And for the last 4 Sundays, been preaching the chairs and coming to you all every Tuesday night and then on Friday. In the midst of preaching the chairs, we find ourselves trusting God that things gonna change. Even if they don't change quickly, we still got to trust God. And the way the world is going right now, many people are looking at the news. You was telling me some things about the news, and I don't get involved with the politics of it or whatever people may think. But some of the things are really confusion. Some of the things, let me get your mic right quick to make sure that they can hear you. There it is. Oh my God, we got.
My God.
Yeah, that's a lot.
My God.
Hear you. Now, since they didn't hear you in the beginning, let me hear something about where you started out in the beginning about trust. We got enough time to do that.
I trust the Lord with all of my heart, with all of my soul. And I want you out there, those that are listening, I want you to put your trust totally in God. Man trusts in chariots, man trusts in the things that they have made. But you see now, those that been to school and been to college, guess what? Those colleges are closed now. They took prayer out of the schools, but guess what? We still have to go back trusting on Jesus. Everything, Bishop, everything goes back to the Lord. He's first. He must be first. He must be first. We must trust in him. We have to trust in him even for our school. We had the school for a good 30 years now, is it?
Yeah. Well, the school we've been in business over 30-something years, and we had the school now going on 20 years.
Okay.
20 years, and it had its up and down. And during the time, now this is so unique. That's why I told you tonight is real talk. Want to be transparent. We don't want to sit around like we got it all together. You know, some people think things just go on because how do we trust God during difficult times? You hear people just say, trust God, pray. Just pray, trust God. Pray and trust God. Can you tell me how? Can you tell me how when I'm facing some things that are bigger than me? Can you tell me how can I trust God? You hear people when they encourage you, you just got to believe God.
Yes.
You just got to hang in there.
Yes.
Sometimes those are great words, and I want you to keep doing that. I want you to keep motivating. But sometimes we got to be real. Let people know about the tears that came out of our eyes.
Yes, yes.
The nights that we had to pray all night long and then wake up in the morning time and don't have a different resource.
Yes.
Still believing God for the answer. The cry that we put up before God, the way we just give God praise in the midst of troublesome time. I'm talking about real belief in God. Real belief in God. Those
Well, during this time, I guess I was inward weary, I don't know. But during this time, I had each morning get up and pains was in my body. But I would get up and say, Lord, I trust you. And now I'm doing great. This morning, even with that powerful prayer this morning, Bishop, talking about how we trust the Lord, I just began to walk, and it seemed like my limbs was getting stronger. I don't know if it was because of us sitting around all these weeks. I was feeling a little weak, but in that weakness, I still trust in God. I still had that peace. I still had that joy. I didn't let the enemy shake me in no kind of way, because God is the one. I don't care what you have in life. You can have all the monies in the world, but it will fade away. We must trust in God. If you have not turned your life over to God, the timing is now.
It's now. It's now.
The timing is now.
And you know the greatest thing about trusting God? People of faith, our faith is under attack.
Yeah, yes.
I believe in God. You hear people talking now saying, if God is that good, why he letting bad things happen? Why is the nation going through so much? See, I want to keep it real. I want to go down to the level of we that been in church, you know, we're seasoned people.
Yes, yes.
Ain't nothing going to shake our faith. Ain't nothing going to throw us aside. But they're coming around now and they're saying, well, man, come on. If God all that, why my mama had to die? Why my sister had to die? Why my brother had to die? It's a different reach that we got to reach them with. People are home saying, well, why we're stuck at home? You sit down and talk to your kids right now, because the enemy is trying to use this pandemic to break your faith, to destroy your belief in God, to stop the influence of the word from operating in you. When the influence of the word stop operating, you become stagnated. You become a person that are stuck. And this is the wrong season to be stuck in. The wrong season. While this pandemic is going on right now, this is the wrong season depending on somebody else to give you your answer, depending on somebody else to keep you connected with God, depending on somebody else to build your faith. This is the season right now. You got to go for broke. You got to go all in. You got to get so much in there. Because see, our God is great. And regardless of what, our God is so great. So we want to break that force where the enemy is trying to, tackle our faith.
Yes.
That's why the Bible says give no space to the devil.
No space.
If you get an enemy space right now, if you sit home and start complaining about, I'm tired of being in this house. I told them on Sunday, I say, you around here fussing, oh, I can't wait till you go back to school.
My God.
I keep telling your kids, I can't wait. And the kids are saying, I can't wait to go back to school. Everybody fussing because you upset, I can't do your homework, so I'm getting frustrated. God say, trust me in this hour. The first part of trusting God, we got to first remember who God is.
That's it. That's it.
One writer say, he that come to God must first believe that God is, who God is. Who God is. That's one of the greatest things. See, if you lose your sight on who God is during this tough time, if you forget about what he done for you, there's not a person that know God have not went through no experience and God brought you out. There's not a person. I remember when you had the accident, and I remember what took place in the accident. I was waiting in Miami, trying to get back, handling some business in Miami. And can you tell me when you went and the car hit you, what was the first thing that come in your mind?
But to God be the glory. When I was riding in the car, I didn't see the other car coming. They said I ran a stop sign, but all of a sudden, the car hit me so hard till it knocked me on the other side of the street, and then over or under. I either went under the fence or over the fence. I don't know how I got over, but I was on the other side. And in this time, in this moment, this second, like we're going through now, we don't know. An accident is something you don't know when it's going to happen, how it's going to happen, but you know it's happened, and there's nothing you can do about it. Just that instant time, I had a chance to speak to Father God. And I told God, Bishop, during that turning and whatever I was doing in the car. I said, Lord, if I'm going to come out of this normal, then I'll come back. But if I'm going to be crippled and have to depend on others, I told God at that minute, just that instant, to take me home. But when God took that car, I promise you, he took the car and it landed like I was in an airplane. There was no bumps, there was nothing. I kicked the door open and I crawled up the hill. And when I got up there was a lady up there saying, she know God. And when I looked at her, I said, yes, I know God. Situations that you're in now, you must know God. You must trust in him, because we don't know how, when, or where that tragedies is going to come. He reigns on the just as well as the unjust. Those days and times will come, but we must trust in him. Trust in him. He brought me out. He's bringing us out. He brought my niece out.
My God.
Today they just called me, said my sister was going home. We brought my oldest sister home. I trust in God, Bishop.
And we have we in a
Woo, hallelujah.
a
God, you're
place,
awesome.
in a position, a moment
There's a place.
in our life now that we gotta trust God.
Yes, God. Only you, Father.
When medical science don't want to acknowledge that they have come, and I appreciate you all.
Yes.
I thank you all so
Thank you
highly.
for your prayers.
I
Yes.
thank you for working so hard. I've been on the front line. I'm
Yes.
not talking against you,
Yes.
but
Yes.
they don't want to acknowledge, when our government don't want to acknowledge that they don't have the answer. They don't know the answer.
My God.
When you got people afraid to go back to work, they're not looking at the nature
Yes, yes.
that they put out. They're not looking at what they put out there. You got
Yes,
people
God.
afraid. They still afraid to walk down the street together.
Yes, yes.
You got people afraid if you just sneeze, you just having something got up your nose.
My God.
And you just got a little sneeze. They are so afraid. We got to trust God. And that's, you said something a few minutes ago. It's good to trust God when things going good.
Yes.
When things going great. Anybody can trust him then.
Yes.
But what about you that trust God when you're trying to keep your faith?
Yes.
Keep
yes.
your head together. You trying to walk in what you believe
Glory,
in.
God.
You trying to walk in what you've been talking about. See, God say, I want you to have my character. I don't want you just going to church just to be a church goer. Don't go to church because mama told me to go or daddy told me to go. No, I want you to develop my character.
Yes.
That's the only thing gonna get you through these tough times. You knowing who I am. You know I have the capability of doing what you need done.
Awesome.
I have the capability of raising you up and getting you out of the things that you're going to.
Yes,
You already
yes,
know.
yes.
And that's what happened to David. David, in Psalms 3, David was in a place right now
My God.
that he had to doubt his doubt.
My God.
Oh my God.
Yes, Lord.
He had to trust God during hard times.
My God.
Many times David ran for his life. He ran because people were trying to kill him.
Jesus.
But this one moment, in Psalms 3, David declared, after telling God about his enemies,
Yes.
this is what David said. But you, O Lord, are a shield for me.
Yes.
Look, David had the audacity to say, God, no, you know what? I know who you are.
Hallelujah.
You're my shield. I know you're a shield.
My shield.
See, I love David because David always get personal. He always get personal. He always use the personal pronoun. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He making me to lie down. He always gets so personal
Yes. Yes.
with God. Some of y'all only quoting what people tell you to quote. You got to get so personal with God that you have a personal relationship that you know that we're going to beat this and we're going to come out because we know who our God is.
Yes,
So
God.
David said, the Lord is, you're my shield,
Yes. Yes.
my glory.
My glory.
and the one who lift up my head. God, I can't do this by myself.
I know those.
You're my shield and my glory.
Yes, God. Yes.
God, I don't have the strength to do it.
Say it, Bishop.
I need you. I don't have the strength. I found out that I can't do it on my own. Do I have some people out there that listen to tonight that found out that you cannot do this on your own? You're my shield. You're my glory.
Yes.
God, you the one.
Yes.
I recognize you are the one.
Thank you, Father.
If you don't do it, it can't be done.
Can't be
If you don't ease my mind and ease my thoughts,
Yes, Lord.
fear will grab my heart.
Yes.
It don't matter how long I've been saved.
That's it.
It don't matter how long I've been going to church.
Yes, God. Yes,
It don't
God.
matter if I'm a preacher, teacher, whatever I am in church. It don't matter about my title right now. If they strip your title, are you still anointed?
My God.
If they strip your title, if they take all your prestige away and say you don't have this, can you still stand and say your God is able?
Yes,
Can you
God.
still stand without having the degrees on the wall? See, it don't matter how you use your words now, how you know how to talk right
Come
now.
on,
The
come
only
on.
thing that matter right now, do you have a personal relationship that you know your God?
Know your God. Yes.
Suppose
Trust your God.
the new normal,
Trust your Father.
when they do open up, that they keep it at social distance.
Suppose. Yes.
Suppose that everybody can't go to church at the same time. Suppose we have to adjust to what's going on. I'm just using this for a moment. I want you to listen at me. Take this time. Not sit there and you've been cooking. You've been cooking every day
Yes.
until I have to get up and walk. Not take this time and just cook a great meal. I mean, every
Breakfast,
day.
lunch, and dinner.
Yeah, we eat.
Yes.
We never ate breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We don't have time to eat breakfast,
We had a
lunch, and dinner.
sit-down dinner
Yeah,
tonight.
a
Bishop,
sit-down,
at the dining
yeah,
room table.
at the table.
On tonight.
I don't
Yes.
think we did that Sunday too. And
Yes.
I haven't did that in about, oh my God, almost. You know, we used to be made to sit down at the table.
Yes,
We used to be
yes.
made, and when I don't know about y'all, but we couldn't eat until Daddy come in.
My God.
We had to sit down and be hungry and starving.
My God.
Because he had to sit at the head of the table. See, they don't know nothing about that there. But now
My
we're
God.
doing things that are bringing family. There's a bond. I'm going to get back to in a few
yes,
minutes about
yes,
David. There's a
yes.
bond that is taking place.
Yes.
God is restoring marriages during this
Yes,
hour.
Lord.
Listen at
Yes,
me,
Lord.
woman. Listen at me, man. God is restoring marriages. God is restoring family. Family does matter. That's one reason why we come on Tuesday night, to let people know that we are family. We are
Yes,
family. We are
yes.
family. We're trying to bring you to the point right now that the enemy is trying to destroy your family.
God.
And someone that called and say, I don't know what to do now.
They was just showing on the news. Some country people are getting married at this time
Because of family.
because of family, and they
The love.
probably want to get close to God, and they want everything to be right now. It's time for everything.
Right.
If we're home and we're with someone, you can get married right now. They got married. It was 3 or 4 couples getting married.
Yeah, I had one of our deacons that I know they may be listening at Shack for almost 18 years.
Yes, Lord.
Came to one service
Yes.
and they got married.
Amen.
They Shack for, and now they together.
Yes.
They so, but at a person that call it, they say, me and my husband, it's over now.
My God. My God.
It's over now.
My God.
Because people cannot deal with depression. See, let's deal with real talk.
Yes,
That's why David
yes,
say,
Yes.
David say, you lift my head up. God, I need you to lift my head. You lift my head up.
Yes, Father.
I have nothing. We'll start doing the blame game.
Yes. Yes.
We'll start blaming one another. Well, if you never spent that money we got in December and we didn't buy all this Christmas, don't go there. Do
Yes,
not go there.
Yes, God.
If you would have saved the money, no, do not go there. The enemy will use every tactic that he can use to destroy your family. Real talk, real talk. The enemy will bring
Yes.
an argument to steal your joy. David say, you lift up my head. Then he said, I cry to the Lord with my voice,
Yes, Father.
and he heard me. God is trying to get that real cry out of you, my friend. I'm not talking about where you fake it. See, right now, you may not have no music there at your house, but I need somebody to jump up out of your place right now and just tell God thank you. Just say,
Lord, we
during
thank you,
these
Jesus.
difficult times,
Lord, you do it, Father.
God, I'm going to be like David.
Trust you, God.
During these difficult times, I'm going to find something about you to break the bond of discouragement,
Yes,
to
Father.
break the bond of
In the
defeat,
name of Jesus.
to break
name
the
of
bond
Jesus.
of oppression,
Lord, do it, Father.
to break the bond of depression. I'm going to break that bond.
In the name
I'm
of
going to
Jesus.
cry with a loud voice. I'm going to worship you. I'm going to bring your glory in my house.
Yes, yes.
I don't understand why.
Thank you, Father.
I don't know how this happened. See, you in a place right now, in a position, in a moment in history
Lord, I trust you.
that you didn't cause this. Some things we knew why.
Thank you, Jesus.
I can understand if I know I did something wrong. I know when I do something wrong. Been around on earth to know right from wrong. I don't have nobody to tell me what is right or wrong.
Yes, yes.
So if I do something wrong or I did something wrong, I can understand going through bad moments.
My God.
But when I'm in a season, 2020,
Yeah.
where they decree and declare that there's going to be completeness. They
Jesus.
decree and declare that 20 represents something so great that God is turning things around.
Oh, yes, He is.
Where 2020 is getting ready to bring us to get the wisdom of God,
Oh, yes.
the voice of God.
Yes.
Boy, I preached that thing in January, but I also told the people there's going to come a time that we're going to need God and we're not going to have nobody to cheer us on. We got to know God for ourselves. So you got to find a moment in this history and find out about your God. You got to find a moment in history right now because you're getting ready to make history. These are moments right now
Yes, yes.
that
yes.
God is getting ready to shine in the life of every believer. These are moments, co-pastor, that our prayer life is getting ready to
Yes,
birth out supernatural
yes, yes,
blessings.
yes.
These are moments right now. You saw it in your family, how God raised your niece up. We saw it. I wanted remember that I told y'all
God's
about
able.
last week.
Trust Him.
The testimony I got right now, I say, how's she doing? Say, she doing good. She over there eating crabs and eating seafood. She back eating, doing everything that she supposed.
Jesus.
Let me tell you something. God is awesome.
It's awesome.
God is awesome. So it's a lot of us that have went through moments that we thought people were gonna die, and we have lost some people. But these are moments in history that you'll be able to look back at every
Thank you,
experience that you went through and say, you know what? Our God is awesome.
Yes, yes.
Our God is all that. Our God kept us. He shielded us from the enemy hand.
Yes,
In these moments right now,
yes.
well, I heard you say something about the business. We did something to help some of my. I appreciate them. I appreciate everybody with sacrifice. I appreciate the musicians.
Yes,
I
yes.
appreciate my daughters, my son-in-laws.
God is good.
I mean, our church family. They are making sacrifice.
My God.
Family members. One thing I vowed, I said, I'm going to make sure my mom, and I know you're going to take care of your mom.
Yes.
One thing I vowed is to understand that in these seasons, I got to go beyond the natural.
Yes.
See, the enemy cannot destroy you. You may die, but you're not going to die in this season.
Not in this season.
It's too much word over your life. Too much
Promises.
word, promises that
Promises.
God has done.
God has
And how
promised.
can we have faith in the promises that we know?
Yes.
This pandemic have brought out so much within us.
Ah, yes, God. Yes,
We
God.
didn't do nothing wrong to
Yes,
deserve
God.
this.
Yes, God.
But we got to stay faithful. We got to honor what God. Paul said in 1 Corinthians 16 and 13. He said, watch, stand fast in the faith.
Yes,
He said, be brave. You cannot have fear now.
my God.
He said, be brave. Stand fast in the faith. Be strong. No matter what.
Yes,
You got to get this here. The translation verse say, no matter what.
my God.
Even if it don't come out the way I prayed about it. Oh my God.
No matter what.
Even if I wake up and things look like the whole world turn around. He said, be strong in the faith.
Yes.
Be steadfast, unmovable, always abounding.
Yes,
And for let me let you know, because what you're doing right now by showing that you have stickability, showing that you would not give up, showing that this one house is going to stand for God. He said, no matter what,
Yes, yes.
no matter what they say, no matter what's going on around you, be strong.
Yes, God.
Be brave. He said, prayer and faith and expectation is getting ready to move the hands of God. Oh my God. If we pray, if we stay prayerful,
Stay prayerful, believing in God and trusting in Him and His promises. God promised your dad's children will be saved down through generations. My dad's children will be saved down through generations. And I thank God even for Essence. When I hear her sing, when I see her doing all types of things in the church, and my daughter Ebony, I thank God for them. But when Essence was in my stomach, I went one day to meet Mom and Dad. And Daddy said, put your mother, come with me, and y'all get dressed, we're getting ready. I said, well, Dad, where we going? He said, they said to the hospital. When we got to the hospital, Essence, Mom told them to check me again. Essence was going up. They said when they checked me, she was going up instead of coming down. And when they got me in the back, they put that jelly on my stomach, and they told us I was all right, and they were sending us home. And Mom said, wait a minute. The giftings that your mom, your dad has, my mom had, is promised down through generations that we and our children be saved. Essence was saved that day. They said if I'd have left the hospital, she would have drowned in my blood. But God made that way. So what we're doing now is already prophesied, is already promised. If we can just trust in Jesus.
prayer with faith,
Yes. Just
Fair
trust with
prayer.
Jesus.
with faith
Yes.
and expectation,
Yes, God.
move the hands of God.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will.
Don't
Yes, it will.
lose
I trust you, Father.
your faith.
Don't lose it.
Paul told
Trust in
a
him.
person, say that
Trust in him.
the devil desire to have you.
Yes, yes,
The enemy do not want you to bounce back. Listen to me, my friend.
yes, yes.
Who do not want you to come back. The devil desire to have you, but I pray
God, I thank you, Father.
that your faith
Do it for him right
fail
now.
you not.
Do it for him right now, Jesus.
I pray that you that trust in God during
in
this
the name
hour,
of Jesus. In the name
you're not going down in history.
Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Whatever you have lost,
Lord, I thank you.
oh my God.
I thank you, Father.
The Bible declares that the thief come not, John 10 and 10 say the thief come not but to steal, kill, and to destroy. But I come that thou may have life and
Life.
have it more abundantly.
Yes.
Whatever you have lost,
Yes.
whatever you went through.
Thank you, Jesus.
He said in some of the words, I come that you may live and live good.
Yes.
See, God does not allow bad things to come on us to teach us a lesson.
Come on, come on.
Y'all hear me out real quick.
Yes.
He's not trying to teach us a lesson. If we happen to step into bad things or get into a bad a relationship, get into a bad business deal, or whatever bad thing, it is not to teach us a lesson. It's to draw us closer to him, to let you know you cannot do it without
Trust
me.
you, Jesus. Trust
You will not make it without me.
I trust you, Jesus.
So get that out of your head. Maybe I did something bad, because there's some people that have been infected, and there's some people affected by it, but there's some people that have been infected that they didn't do nothing wrong. They was living good.
My God, my God.
How can we explain the bad thing that happened in their family and did not happen in your family?
Yes, yes. Trust you,
Oh my
Jesus.
God. It's a different level of trust right now, my friend.
Hallelujah.
You're not on a level. You got to trust in the unseen reality.
Thank you, Jesus.
Something that you have no control of. Something where you don't lost all your security, where your money is almost depleted in the bank. You don't have nothing to hold on to. These are the times now that you find out your God, who your God is.
Hey, God.
I'm able to stand
God, you're
in the midst of the storm and say, God, you are awesome.
yes.
I'm able to do like David said, we quote the scripture, but we really don't understand it. I will bless the Lord at all times. His praises shall. We really don't understand that. Because right now, we're being tested. Hold on to your faith. Do not let your faith go. Because let me tell you something. God is getting ready to carry us into an impossible season that we gotta trust him. One writer said in Proverbs, trust in the Lord with all thy heart. Trust in the Lord with all thy heart. Trust in the Lord with all. Listen at me, my friend. These are great moments. You have an opportunity to see God move in your life. I want to close with Jeremiah 29:11. He said, for I know the thought that I think towards you. He said, remind my people, says the Lord. He said, this me talking now, says the Lord. He said, I did not bring you this far. Listen at me, my friend. God got a plan for your life. I don't know what gonna come out of this. I don't know what glory gonna be released. It gotta be special. It gotta be good. It gotta be awesome. It can't be nothing that, boy, let me tell you something. It's gonna really blow our mind. Because we're going through every stage. We're in the process of seeing how promise get ready to manifest in our life. And in the process of where real anointing is birthed out. It's in the process where you birth out your real ministry. It's in the process where you birth out who God called you to be. You're not an evangelist because you went to school. You're not evangelist because you got degrees on the wall. It's in the process of going through the trial, the test, and saying, God, why me? It's in the process where you're up one day, you're down one day. They don't tell you their real testimony. I'm talking about the real testimony where it ain't always been good like it is right now. But God said, if you make it through the process, I have a thought. I'm thinking about you. I have a plan for your life. He says the Lord, thought of good and not of evil, to give you a future and a hope. Give you a future and he said, man, let me encourage you to trust God, because your life is in his hand. You will not beat this. God can beat it. God is the answer. We cannot, humanity cannot beat this. We need God. We need God. We gotta have God. We gotta trust God. Let me tell you something. You have no, my brothers, my sister, oh my God, hear me out right now. Don't look to the left. Don't look to the right. Trust God in this hour. Put your life in his hands. Humble yourself under the mighty hands of God. He will exalt you in due season. If you humble yourself, he will bring you up. He'll bring you out. Run back to God. There's some backsliders that I'm speaking to right now. There's some of you, you're so upset you haven't been to church. You haven't connected with your leadership. You're so frustrated because the enemy is really trying to kill your faith. He don't want you to believe God during tough times. He wants you to think the stimulus is going to get you out. No, the stimulus is just a temporary relief. I need to be healed in my spirit. I need to be healed in my mind. There's some things that happen in these last 4 weeks. I need God, because I may not be able to understand why. We lost some people during this process. So I need God to show me grace in my heart. I need God to pull me up out of this here, out of this struggle. See, some of y'all don't understand. There's some people going some real struggles. And there are people of faith. But hold on. Don't give up. Because God got a plan for your life. Plan for your life. He said, trust him. Him only. Not only during the good time, but why it's so bad. Birth out real ministry right now in this hour. So my friend, I call you home. If you don't know Jesus as your personal Savior, maybe you're a backslider. Maybe you're somebody that see, you got to realize when you are anointed or you're called, the test may be a little harder than others because the enemy don't want you to bounce back. The enemy is afraid of you. He know what you did to his cousin or his nephew. He know that there were demons that you cast out. There were people that you knocked away. Where do we run to? David said, you are my shield, God. I have nowhere else to go. I got to run to you. I got to glorify. I need your glory. Show me your glory. Less of me, more of you. God, show me your glory. So find your place running back. I'm throwing out the lifeline tonight. I want to draw you back in. I hope a word that I spoke on tonight, hope a word that my wife spoke on tonight to encourage you. Family, people of faith, I want to draw you back in. I want to bring you back in. So right now in your home, those of you that don't know Jesus, just say, God, it's me again. God, I'm standing here in need of prayer. Save me, God. Come in my life. The Bible declares, if you confess with your mouth the Lord Jesus, believe in your heart that God has raised him from the dead, thou shalt be saved. For with the heart man believe it. With the mouth confession is made. I want you to lift your hand up and say, Lord, thank you for coming in my life right now. That's all, Bishop. Man, get connected to a Bible-believing church. Someone that not preaching half gospel. Get connected to someone that is going to carry you forward. Because now you got to mature. So when you go to tough times like this here, you know your God. And the reason why I told my wife to bring out her experience. My God. Because the devil cannot steal that experience. Yes. Now I want you to get the water. Thank you, Father. I want to drink with you tonight. Thank you, Father. I believe in what I'm doing right now. I believe, oh my God, there's healing that get ready to manifest in your life. I believe right now that this water can be an antibiotic in your spirit. I believe that God can turn things around for you right now. I'm praying tonight that God would lift you up. I'm praying tonight. I want those of you that will to hold that glass and that water up in your right hand as a point of contact. The reason why I'm so serious about this is because people of faith, the enemy want to destroy your faith. But I pray now, the enemy want to bombard you with so much thought wars during this hour. I pray that this water will refresh your mind. What are you talking about, man of God? I'm telling you that we got to believe in the supernatural. We got to believe as a point of contact that when you drink that water, even if you've been infected with the virus, I pray that a miracle would take place. Even if you connected around someone and you got other illness that's going on in your life, you got things that are hitting you from one side to the other side, and you need God to touch you. I pray for manifestation of the glory of God. I pray that God will heal you everywhere you hurt, that when you drink this water, God, give me testimony. Give us testimonies tonight. Let your glory shine on tonight, God, by the power of your word. We believe your word. Your word is true. Your word is true, God. Your word is true, God. We believe your word that by his stripes we are healed. We pray right now for manifested glory. Manifest yourself right now. Send revelation into every household. As we hold this water and we begin to drink, God, I want the power of your word to touch everybody right now. And God, let your plan, oh my God, give us supernatural understanding now. God, give us your knowledge to know you got this and you bring it out. That when we drink this water, we are made whole. Woman, man, boy, girl, be thou made whole. Drink the water. I command the power of the living God. Drink the water. I command you to be refreshed. Drink the water. I command deliverance. Drink the water. I command the power of God. Drink the water. I send angels around. Drink the water. I feel the power of the living God in you now. Be free. Be delivered. Stay connected. Stay focused. Keep the faith. Don't look to the left or to the right. Be brave. My God, stand your ground. God got you. And He's gonna see you through. Hey, we love you. These are times, I love this here, times that we're shooting out. Remember, Gospel Arena, we'll be doing Bible study tomorrow on Zoom. We're doing everything technology-wise to make sure. On last night, our youth was on with their Bible study. The men was on one other part. We just doing everything for ministry to stay connected together. My God. And then Thursday night, our youth, and then we'll be back here on Friday night. But I need you to support your local church. I'm closing right now. I'm glad to come in your home. Saints of God, you really don't know. We need our local ministries. When everything else is fade away, when everybody go back in there, oh my God, churches doing what they know to do. When everybody go back in, and when you need things to happen. I have people right now, my God, that need God to step in. And they call for leadership. Have a personal touch. Support your local church. Sow seeds. I say I wasn't going to say this, but I'm going to say that. I had people that on a fixed income. So happy to open the mail a day and they send tithes out of their stimulus check. I know people going to talk. They sent tithes. And I just began to start crying out to God. God, touch their life. I had people that sent in seeds and I just began to pray, God, bless their life. During these times, you have faithful people. That's why I want you to support your local church. Stand by them. If I have said something tonight, we have said something that have been a blessing in your life, I want you to support our ministry by sowing in this ministry a seed offering during this time, this difficult time. You can look us up on $GAIM of Miami, GAIM of Miami, $ in the beginning, Cash App. You can look us up on Zales using 754-245-3900. Look us up right quick. Or you can call this number one day this week, 954-604-8719. Be a part of sowing in the ministry. But one thing I do want you to do, I want you to find, if you can't sow seed, I want you to find an elderly person, at least 3. And I want you to call them up and talk to them at least an hour, encouraging them. Build them up. Let them know. Ask them their experience. Get some wisdom. Do that for me if you can. If you see an elder person in the store and they in front of you, just tap them on the shoulder and say, hey, here's a seed. I want to help you pay for it. If you cannot pay for it, give them something. I'm telling y'all, there is a blessing. They get ready to be rewarded for you. Sometimes I do it in the name of my grandmother, Mother Dory. Then sometimes I do it in the name of my father-in-law, Bishop Hayes, because they going on to be with the Lord. And I see elderly people in the store, and I say, hey, can I do this here? They look at me and say, a Caucasian lady last week was in Family Dollar. I say, can you put your stuff up here? She say, why? Why? I say, just put up here, put your stuff up here. And she didn't understand. I say, I do this here because of my grandmother. I want to plant a seed because she was a praying woman. So I want you to find an elder person and make sure you sow into their life. If you don't have, oh my God, money, talk to them for an hour. Hey y'all, I love you. Got anything else you want to close with? We going home? Well, we home. so we just gonna close.
I just want to say thank God for the Gospel Arena family of Miami and Fort Lauderdale. I just thank God for all of you, all our family and friends. Thank you for listening. We love you, Bishop.
We love you too.
Amen.
I love you too, and we love you all. God bless you. Thank you for coming in our home. Goodbye till Friday.
See, Satan's job is to weaken your faith, to make you think that things are getting worse. And sometimes they do. Sometimes before it gets better, it got to grow worse. Y'all don't like that type of preaching, but sometimes before you come out, God got to let you stay in a little while longer. You ever had to put something back in the oven because it wasn't cooked? It looked good on the outside, but it wasn't cooked on the inside. Look at your neighbor and say, sometimes God will put you back in the oven. Tell your neighbor, say, don't get upset, don't get mad. You just got to go back in the oven because there's some stuff on the inside that's going to block you. It may not be blocking you now, but 2 years down the road, you're going to visit a place that God knows if you don't get this out of you now, it's going to kill you down the road. Somebody say, I got to put you back in the oven. Put you back in the oven. Put you back in the oven. I got to get you right enough. I got to get you strong enough. I got to get you mighty enough. I got to get you better enough. I got to get you great enough. I got to make you somebody that you'll be able to stand when tough time comes and you don't see your way out, but you say, I'm determined. I'm going to hold on. I got a determination on the inside that nothing can stop me. I may not have no money, but tell somebody, I'm determined. He say, let us not grow weary in well doing. Because he say, for in due season. You look at your neighbor and say, something is about to happen. Say, you shall reap. Doesn't matter. There's a time of mourning, but then there's a time of reaping. There's a time of being without, but then there's a time of reaping. There's a time of not having enough, but there's a time you're going to have more than enough, because there's a time of reaping. I need somebody to say, I welcome my reaping time